Hare Krishna, good evening and welcome all of you all for the final Heats match of KPL. Today is the last match for our Heats, and from next week we will be starting with our semi-finals. So the last match is between Gauranga Sunrisers and Vrindavan Royals. So after that, out of 6 teams, 2 teams will be eliminated and only 4 teams will be left, which will go ahead with the semi-finals. And after that, definitely only 2 teams for the finals, which will be the week afterwards. We'll be having this game. So with this note, I would like to hand over the floor to Jigar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I'll quickly share the screen, and while I'm doing that, we have 2 teams. One is Gauranga Sunrisers, and the captain is Ram Shankarshan Das Prabhuji. And we would be playing against Vrindavan Royals, and the captain for Vrindavan Royals is Priya Singh Mataji. So who's going to take a call on the toss?
Okay, Priya Singh Mataji, you take a call. Or
Yeah, Priya Singh Mataji, please mute, unmute yourself. Okay, so heads is a call, and I will flip the coin. It's a heads, so you go ahead.
I would like Ram Shankarshan Prabhu to go ahead first.
okay, you want Gauranga Sunrisers to set up your target for you so that you want to chase the target. Okay, fine, very good. That's a good news. Ram Sankarshan Prabhu, you'll have to keep your sound, surrounding sound a little silent, because it becomes very difficult for others to, I hope you understand what I mean. So see to that your surrounding sounds are a little silent. So, okay, Gauranga Sunrisers, all players of Gauranga Sunrisers, please switch on your video, and all players of Vrindavan Royals, please switch off your video. Okay, yes, all the players ready. So let's go start the game. Yes, before we start, let me ask Ram Sankarshan Prabhu. Yes, Ram Sankarshan Prabhu, what is going to be your strategy for today's game? How much preparation you all have done?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, we have prepared, but again there are some key players missing. So, but then again we are hopeful that we will cover those members.
I think you also come in the key players, no?
Yeah, I mean all 8 are key players now, so we back each other. So that way it is.
Okay, that's good. So let's hope that you work a better, play better inning this time, and set up a heavy total so that Vrindavan Royals will find it very difficult. Okay, with this note, let's start our game. And first question for Gauranga Sunrisers. And the question is, simple question to start with. Krishna and Balram did not return to Vrindavan from Mathura can be understood as follows. They did not break the promise to return to Vrindavan, nor were they absent, but their presence was necessary in Mathura. Explain in detail. Your time starts now.
Anybody want to try?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा। बोलिए माता जी।
हाँ, कृष्ण भगवान और बलराम वृंदावन नहीं लौटे, तो उनका ये है कि वो मूल भाव में वो लौटे हैं वृंदावन, मतलब भाव अंश में वो वृंदावन लौटे हैं और अंश में वो मथुरा में है, जैसे इस ढंग से है उनका। और क्या आगे क्या क्वेश्चन है प्रभु जी इसमें कि
वहां उधर उनको रहने की क्या जरूरत थी, और ये जब जो लौटे नहीं फिर भी वो लौटे, वो किस हिसाब से उसको समझा जाए?
हाँ, और वहां उनके इसलिए भी रहने की जरूरत थी कि यहाँ जब कंस को मारा गया तो मथुरा में और राक्षस लोग तैयार बैठे थे वहां पे युद्ध के लिए, तो अगर वो वहां नहीं होते तो तो वे लोग वृंदावन वालों की भी शांति भंग करते, वे लोग वहां भी तंग करते और यहाँ भी तंग करते। इसके लिए उनका यहाँ होना जरूरी था, इसके लिए भी वो नहीं गए वहां पे। और वैसे वो मूल रूप से तो वृंदावन में हमेशा है ही, वो कभी निकले नहीं वहां से, वो अंश रूप में सिर्फ मथुरा में थे।
मगर वृंदावन वासियों को उनका वहां का होने का how could they get the feeling that Krishna was there with them?
वो कृष्ण भगवान की 24 घंटा उनकी लीला में रहते थे, तो वो वैसे उनको फील करते थे कि वो हर समय उनके साथ है, इस भाव में वो उनके साथ ही थे।
Very nice. Full 2 points goes to Gauranga Sunrisers. Well started and well played, Shobha Kedia Mataji. Well answered. Full points. Yes, Vrindavan residents were thinking here Krishna was playing in this way. Here Krishna was blowing his flute. Krishna was joking with us in this way, and Krishna was embracing us like this. So always, they were always thinking how they can be, enjoying with Krishna, how they enjoyed with Krishna. And Krishna being absolute, they did not miss Krishna at any moment. Leela Smaran. What is this called as? This is called as Leela Smaran. So by doing Leela Smaran, one can be always in association with Krishna. And when we understand this, that this Leela Smaran is so important, why don't we all do it? It's so simple. You don't have to be, physically present, or Krishna doesn't have to be physically present in front of you. You have to just remember Krishna's various Leelas, the various places where we visited, the various Tirthasthan we visited, and by that process, you are always in connection with Krishna. And this is how Vrindavan residents were always connected to Krishna, by always thinking about him. And Krishna being absolute, just thinking about him makes you as good as he's one in one with you. As regards Krishna staying in Mathura was another specific reason. Already it is said Vrindavan people were always experiencing Krishna in Vrindavan, but Krishna was in Mathura to stay with his parents. Also, Kamsa was killed, and some demons like Jarasandha and Dantavakra may attack Mathura. So, to protect, he had to stay back in Mathura. Very important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we have to also associate with the Lord with the Leela Smaran. Just by remembering the Leelas, Krishna literally comes in front of us, even in this Yuga when Krishna is not supposed to be present here. Just by the Smaran Matra, he can come in front of you and you can have an interaction with the Lord itself. So full 2 points goes to Gauranga Sunrisers. Well played, well started. Let's see how they play further. So next question to Gauranga Sunrisers, and the question is, what is the warning given specifically for those known as Sahajiyas, who take it for granted that Krishna is an ordinary human being? What is the warning specifically given to those known as Sahajiyas, who take it for granted that Krishna is an ordinary human being? Your time starts now. Yes?
Anybody would want to try? Ram Shankarshan Prabhuji.
No, Prabhu.
You already lost 25 seconds. Okay, nobody wants to even try. Time is over. Nobody wants to try also. What is a Sahajiya, by the way? Does anyone know who is a Sahajiya? I mentioned n number of times in the Saturday morning class. Does anyone remember who is a Sahajiya? Okay, anybody from the opposite team knows who is a Sahajiya? You can unmute and speak. Yes, Rajesh Rora Prabhu, you may speak as a scorer. you may also
Maybe
speak.
I'm just trying. Are Sahajas those people who see God as the light form only,
As a
as the only in the form of light?
no, 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 no.
Prabhuji, they consider Krishna as a normal, ordinary human being.
That is a part of the question. No. Okay. It's a.
I don't know it. Pooja is telling.
Uh,
He is saying that Sahajya is probably somebody who tried to imitate the devotees, the rasa dance or.
imitate not the devotees. I will tell you they are trying to connect. Okay, I'll discuss the answer in detail because it's a very important topic which you all should know, and I'm really shocked that how come you all missed this important point. Specifically, this is a warning for devotees attached to Krishna through conjugal love. These people, you must have seen. I mean, there was a news in between. You know, the one of the police officer in Meerut used to wear gopi dress and used to dance like a gopi. And many people in Vrindavan are seen, you know, come to Vrindavan as if they, being male, they wear a female dress and they think that they are gopis and they can enjoy conjugal love with Krishna. It is not good for them to desire sense gratification by direct association with Krishna. See, this is very important, which point is mentioned in the Krishna book. Srila Prabhupada clearly mentions this, that it is not good for them to desire direct sense gratification by direct association of those people with Krishna. Actually, the activities of sense gratification are material. The very fact that you are in this material world shows that you are having a desire of materialistic way of enjoying life. In the spiritual world, there are no symptoms like kissing and embracing. But I'm sorry, there are symptoms like kissing and embracing, but there are no sense gratificatory process. One may embrace Krishna, one may kiss Krishna, that's different in the spiritual world, but there is no sense gratification process which exists over in the spiritual world. It exists only in the material world. So Sahajias desire to enjoy sex life with Krishna in a pivoted way. So this is which is very bad. In a spiritual relationship, sense gratification is most insignificant. In spiritual world, sense gratification is most insignificant. In material world, that's the most important thing. Everyone wants to do that on a top priority basis. So one has to understand that Sahajiyas are, there are many people who think they're peacock and they start behaving like a peacock as if it's Krishna ka peacock. So these are all mentioned in detail. Some other time I'll take a very detailed understanding of this. But yes, this is a very dangerous thing. And if you are not connected to a bona fide sampradaya, to a bona fide guru, and you start practicing whimsically devotional service in the form of conjugal love, if you want to go ahead in the conjugal love form, you have to have that bhava, whereas that bhava is missing in those people. So they are called as sahajiyas. Sahajiyas means duplicate. They are not actually having love for Krishna. They are just having a duplicate. They create a feeling or create a situation wherein people feel, oh, they are having and they behave very nicely. So nice that people get carried away by their actions. Okay, a duck for Gauranga Sunrises for this question. It was duck for both the team anyway. Very important question, but both missed out. So nevertheless, Gauranga Sunrises took it on their shoulders. So next question goes to Gauranga Sunrisers, and the question is, okay, this time a simple one. How many military barracks did Jarasandha prepare to retaliate the death of Krishna? On seeing the huge army, what did Krishna think and why? I repeat the question. How many military phalanx did Jarasandha prepare to retaliate the death of Kamsa? On seeing the huge army, what did Krishna think and why? And the time starts now. Yes, Gauranga Sunrisers. How many armies did Jarasan prepare?
Prabhuji,
Hmm. Who's this?
Hare Krishna,
Hey, Krishna.
Prabhuji.
सिग्नल पोर है, कौन बोल रहा है? आदर्श. Yes, Adarsh, speak. Your signal is very poor.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. I'll wait for a minute. But your signal is very poor.
Prabhuji, was it
No, I can't hear you better.
30 million people?
I asked
Prabhuji.
how many military phalanx?
Prabhuji, was it 30
How
million people in a how many military?
Phalanx या हिंदी में अक्षौणी सेना बोलते हैं. कितने अक्षौणी सेना लेके आए थे कमसा से बचने के लिए, या कमसा का मौत का बदला लेने के लिए कितने अक्षौणी सेना लेके आए थे?
30 million people, Prabhuji.
13 million people. Okay, fine. And to retaliate the death of Kamsa, on seeing the huge army, what did Krishna think and why? Haribol?
वो प्रभु जी कृष्णा जी के पास में
1 minute, Mataji, 1 minute.
उनकी आवाज
1 minute, 1 second, just hold on. Okay, I just received a call from the host that there was a sudden power failure at this end and he has faced some problem and he is out of the Zoom link. So he's trying to connect via mobile data. So there is a sudden power failure. So no problem. Yes, Mataji, you can continue, Mataji. Shubha Kedia Mataji, please continue.
इनको बोलना है, आप बोले मैं तो
आदर्श आपको कुछ
नहीं
बोलना है?
प्रभु जी, बस मुझे नंबर बता था प्रभु जी.
ओके,
हाँ,
नंबर ही
बस
बताएं.
हाँ, मैं ये पढ़ी थी, इसमें 13 अक्षौणी सेना रहती है उनके पास में और अभी कृष्ण भगवान की जो सेना है वो बहुत ही थोड़ी रहती है और कृष्ण भगवान को और उनको देख के लगता है कि और जरासंध भी सोचता है कि इनको तो हम तुरंत ही नष्ट कर देंगे, इतनी थोड़ी सी सेना है. लेकिन भगवान और बलराम जी बलराम दोनों मिलके उनको बहुत जल्दी ही सब सेना को सब मारते हैं वहाँ पे.
माता जी, मैं आपको सवाल वापस पूछता हूँ, आप जरा सुन लीजिए सवाल को. आपका सेकंड हाफ सही नहीं है, पहला हाफ सही था, सेकंड हाफ आपका आंसर सही नहीं है. मैं क्वेश्चन वापस बोलता हूँ. On seeing the huge army, what did Krishna think and why? कृष्णा ने क्या सोचा? बड़ी आर्मीज देखकर कृष्णा ने क्या सोचा? क्या करना है उसके साथ, क्या करना है? जब जरासंध इतनी बड़ी सेना लेके आया तो कृष्ण ने क्या सोचा? जरासंध को खत्म करना है, उस सेना को खत्म करना है, क्या करना है, क्या भाग जाना है, क्या सोचा उन्होंने?
हाँ, उनका यही विचार था कि इनको अब इसको सेना को जल्दी मार देंगे ऐसे करके कि
जरासंध को क्यों नहीं मारा?
जरासंध को तो भगवान लास्ट तक मारती ही नहीं.
क्यों नहीं मारते?
कितनी बार वो
ये बात सही है, आपने सही बोला.
प्रभु जी, may I try?
हाँ.
हरे कृष्णा. लाइक लॉर्ड कृष्णा जरासंध जी को इसलिए नहीं मारते क्योंकि वो सोचते कि वो जितनी बार अटैक करने आएंगे उतनी बार वो अपने साथ सारी इविल लोगों को लेकर आएंगे सारे वर्ल्ड में से. तो लाइक बलराम जी और लॉर्ड कृष्णा जी को कहीं जाना नहीं पड़ेगा इविल लोग को मारने के लिए. जब जरासंध लेकर आएंगे वो खुद मारेंगे, इसीलिए वो लाइक 70 times attack कुछ करते हैं.
Very good. Full 2 points goes to Gauranga Sunrisers. Yes, Shubha Mataji, आपने सही बोला. It is 13 अक्षौणी senas, but ये पॉइंट अक्सर लोगों के ध्यान से निकल जाता है. Many people forget this point. Why Krishna did not kill Jarasandha? We all know that Jarasandha was killed by Bhima at the time of Rajasuya Yajna, but why did Krishna not kill him? Was Krishna not capable? Krishna was very much capable, but there was a specific reason. See, very nicely in the Krishna book it's written. Jarasandha had 13 military phalanx to attack Krishna. Though that through that sense he was going to conquer the king of Mada. He thought, socha usne कि that he is going to kill Jarasandha and conquer Magadha. He was a king of Magadha. Jarasandha was a king of Magadha. His mission was to diminish the burden of the population on this earth. जो overpopulation हो गया था किनका, राक्षसों का, demons का. So he wanted to reduce that population. That was the purpose of Krishna avatar. So what he thought was, it is an opportunity that let me face with this army, and he would go back, reorganize his military strength and again get it back. तो मैं क्यों मेहनत करूं, बार बार क्यों जाके अक्षुणी से अपना उसके असुरों को मारने के लिए मैं क्यों बाहर जाऊं, मैं यहाँ खड़े खड़े बैठे बैठे Jarasandha every time he is going to get, and I am going to finish off all the army with that. So in this way Krishna was thinking with Balram. This was in consultation with Balram, that I will not kill Jarasandha, I will only kill his demons, so that every time he will go, he will get a new Akshuni Sena and I will finish off those things. So 13 military phalanx attacked. Full points goes to Gauranga Sunrisers. So well played Gauranga Sunrisers. अभी तक तो आपका performance अच्छा है, except for one duck.
Shobha Mataji, 2 chances over.
Yes, Shobha Mataji, now you have to be a new spectator and you have to enjoy the game. आप अभी आप जवाब नहीं दे सकते हैं. So anyhow, 3 questions are over. Let's see what do they fare in the next questions. Yes, Jigar Prabhu, have you back?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm back, but then there is no light and battery is running out. So I might be able to last until the battery is there.
Okay, then make me the host or make someone host. Priya Singh is also the host, huh?
Prabhuji, एक check किया है कि even if I leave the meeting, the Facebook would be live.
Yeah.
So that would not be a problem, but I would still make somebody a co-host, because if I make somebody host, there could be some problem.
Yeah. You just relax now. Priya Singh is
मुझे मेरे को बना के जाओ, जैसे प्रिया माता जी आएगी, I will make her.
नहीं, Priya Singh is already a host. Don't change that. Just keep it as it is. Don't worry. Okay. Hare Krishna. So we go to the next question for Gauranga Sunrise, and the question is, what blessing did Sandipani Muni give Krishna when he got his dead son back to him? What is the effect of his benediction? What blessing did Sandipani Muni give to Krishna when he got his dead son back to him? What is the effect of this benediction? Time starts now. Yes, Gauranga Sunrisers. बाकी प्लेयर्स भी कुछ कर सकते हैं, सिर्फ शोभा माता जी करना है ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
यस माता जी.
सांदीपनी मुनि ने ये आशीर्वाद दिया कि उनको मालूम था कि कृष्णा और बलराम पूर्ण पुरुषोत्तम भगवान है, और उन्होंने कहा कि आपने मुझे इनफ क्या बोलते हैं, इनफ, हाँ,
अच्छी सेवा की है आपने हमारी.
इनफ अच्छी सेवा की है, तो और आप तो आशीर्वाद से भी परे है, तो मैं आपको क्या आशीर्वाद दे सकता हूँ, लेकिन मेरा क्या बोलते हैं, तो उन्होंने आशीर्वाद, मेरा धर्म है कि मैं आपको आशीर्वाद दूं, तो उन्होंने ये आशीर्वाद दिया कि आप जो भी बोलेंगे वेदवाणी, तो वो जो भी बोलेंगे तो वेदवाणी, तो वो अखंड
वेरी गुड, बोलिए.
अखंड क्या बोलते, अखंड रहेगा.
ओके.
और उन्होंने वो भी आशीर्वाद दिया कि
Vyum.
भूल गई मैं।
नहीं बोलिए, सोचिए, यू आर सेइंग करेक्टली, यस। मतलब उनकी वाणी के बारे में कुछ स्तुति की, क्या क्या बोले उनकी वाणी के बारे में? उनका वाणी अखंड रहेगा, और क्या रहेगा?
और उनकी वाणी ये क्या बोलते हैं, ये वर्ल्ड में भी नहीं, दूसरे वर्ल्ड में, यूनिवर्स में और युगों में, यूनिवर्स और
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, बोलिए बोलिए, बहुत अच्छा, परफेक्ट।
यूनिवर्स और दूसरी जगह पे कायम रहेगा, कायम रहेगा।
Perfect. Okay, get 2 points for Gauranga Sunrisers. Well played, Mithila Kumari Devidasi. Yes, answer was correct.
हाँ प्रभु जी।
Yes, Mother. बोलिए।
हाँ हाँ, बस प्रभु जी हमको तो खैर कुछ बोलने का वो नहीं है, इसीलिए भागवत गीता बोला आज भी नई है और हमेशा नई रहेगी, भगवान की वाणी है, इसलिए वो
परफेक्ट, करेक्ट। आप ये लास्ट लाइन था, वो ऐड करना जरूरी
वो
था।
पॉइंट मैं भूल गई तब।
नहीं, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट शोभा माता जी
के बाद आप बोल सकते हो, शोभा माता जी 2 पॉइंट्स के बाद आप बोल सकते हो।
नहीं, very well added by Shobha Kedia Mataji. Yes, I therefore give the benediction that whatever you speak will remain eternally fresh as the instruction of the Vedas. Your teachings will be honored not only within this universe or in this millennium, but in all places and all ages, and will be increasingly new and important. ये आखिर में संदीपानी मुनि ने ये आशीर्वाद दिया, and due to this benediction from his teacher Lord Krishna, Bhagavad Gita is ever increasingly fresh and is renowned not only in this universe but in other planets also. So we have to understand, yes, Krishna has said that when Sandipani Muni has blessed Krishna, that whatever he speaks will be eternally fresh, will be eternal and will be eternally fresh, and will be spoken in not only here, in other universes also. इसके लिए आज भी भगवद गीता जब भी पढ़ो नई लगती है। हम इतने सालों से पढ़ रहे हैं, बट ऐसा लगता है अरे ये किताब नहीं लग रही है, ये तो हमें पहले समझ में आई ही नहीं है। So it's a very nice thing that whenever you read the Bhagavad Gita, it is always fresh. At what age you read, it is fresh. How many times you read, it is fresh. That is the speciality. Full 2 points goes to Gauranga Sunrisers, and Gauranga Sunrisers have played very well. What's the score, Raish Prabhu?
Prabhu, 6 points.
6 points. Oh, very good. 4 questions, 6 points. Very nice. Okay. Now we are going to the 5th question. Playing well, playing steady. So let's hope to keep up the same momento and go to the next question. And the question is, how far did Krishna pull the elephant Kualapida by its tail? What was it compared to, and how did he pull the elephant from one side to another?
प्रभु जी,
Yes, बोलो प्रभु।
प्रभु जी, वो ऐसे कंपेयर किया था जैसे कि एक ईगल किसी स्नेक को ऐसे पुल करता है, घसीटता है।
वेरी गुड।
और उसने बहुत पीछे तक उसको टेल से पुल कर दिया था। और क्या क्वेश्चन था प्रभु जी?
How far did Krishna pull the elephant Kualapida by its tail? How far? कितने
दूर तक? कितना दूर तक? कुछ किलोमीटर्स।
Yeah, प्रभु जी, 25 yards.
25 yards. And Garuda dragged, like a Garuda drags an insignificant snake. यहाँ तक आपका आंसर सही है। And एक साइड से दूसरे साइड कैसे पढ़ता हूँ? From one side to another. Elephant को कैसे?
प्रभु जी दोनों इसके बीच में से टेल को पुल किया। और
तो कैसा लग रहा था? वो कैसा था?
जो ऐसे उनको पलट दिया पीठ के बल।
हाँ, तो कैसे?
उसका सर घूम गया था पूरा।
मैं एक्शन नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ प्रभु जी, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि how from one side to another. Why? How he could do it? कैसे कर पाए वो?
कैसे कर पाए?
हाँ, कैसे कर पाए? क्या उनको आदत था? उनको उन्होंने पहले प्रैक्टिस किया
कैसे
था?
कर पाए मतलब, तो भगवान नहीं, वो उनको बहुत गुस्सा आ गया था क्योंकि वो जो उसके ऊपर जो वो था ना, जो आदमी बैठा था, वो कृष्ण भगवान को ललकार रहा था, तो उन्होंने उसके साथ उसको गिरा दिया और मार रहे थे।
ठीक है, I'll give the points to Gauranga Sunrises, but before you go ahead, we'll understand this answer more better. Holding the tail. Once again.
Like Krishna used to pull calves in his childhood.
Very good. So Rajesh Rora Prabhu is very happy. So उनका टीम में से 1 मार्क निकाल के आपको दे दो, इनको दे दो. Holding the elephant by its tail, Krishna began to pull it, and with great strength he dragged it for 25 yards like a Garuda drags an insignificant snake. Till this point you answered. Krishna pulled the elephant from one side to another, from right to left, just as he used to pull a calf by its tail in his childhood. जैसे इस बछड़े को बचपन में वो इस तरह से बछड़े को घुमाते थे, इस बाजू से उस बाजू, उस तरह से घुमा रहे थे. Anyhow, I'm giving full 2 points because the first earlier part 2 points you answered correctly, but you have to understand that because many people don't understand this later part of the question, I'm giving this full marks to you. Well played, Adarsh. I think Adarsh has used his 2 chances.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Anybody else has used? No, nobody else.
Shobha Mataji and
Shobha Mataji, Adarsh. Okay. So anyhow, the last question for today evening. Let the other stalwart people answer this question. Let's hope the stalwarts answer. And the question for the last question for Gauranga Sunrises for today evening is: Krishna killed Kamsa, his maternal uncle, but Kamsa's 8 brothers were killed by Balram. Why?
मैं बोलूं? हरे कृष्णा.
हाँ बोलिए.
कृष्णा ने कंस को मारा, लेकिन उन्होंने 8 भाइयों को नहीं मारा क्योंकि कंस उनके मामा थे और वो देवकी के भाई थे, लेकिन वैदिक आदेशों के नियम के विरुद्ध उन्होंने मारा था. लेकिन कृष्णा इस सबसे परे है और वो कोई बार प्रतिकूल संजोगों में वो उल्लंघन करते नियमों का. और उनको कंस को कोई और नहीं मार सकता था, इसलिए कृष्णा ने उनको मारा. और बलराम के भी वो मामा थे, लेकिन बलराम रोहिणी के पुत्र थे और रोहिणी वासुदेव के वाइफ है, लेकिन वो उनके भाई नहीं थे, इसलिए उन्होंने दायित्व लिया कि उनको 8 भाइयों को वो मारेंगे.
Full points goes to Gauranga Sunrises. Well answered, Mithila Kumari Devidasi. So I think some changes in life means very good to achieve. Very good, well answered. When Krishna killed Kamsa, he killed his maternal uncle, which was against the regulations of the Vedic principles of injunctions. Lord violated the Vedic injunctions only in inevitable cases. Only जब जहां और कोई चारा नहीं होता है, that time Lord intervenes and he breaks the regulative principles. Kamsa did not kill anyone. Sorry, Kamsa could not be killed by anyone else other than Krishna. So Krishna had to kill Kamsa. But as far as Kamsa's 8 brothers were concerned, Balram took charge of killing them. Balram's brother Rohini, although the wife of Vasudev, was not the sister of Kamsa. Therefore, Balram took charge of killing all Kamsa's 8 brothers. Well answered by Gauranga Sunrisers, and full 2 points goes to Gauranga Sunrisers. Yes, what is the score?
10 points to win. 11 to win.
10 points. Very good. Well said and well set up a very heavy target. So let's hope this target is crossed over by the Vrindavan Royals. So I request now all Gauranga Sunrisers to take rest, switch off the videos and take rest, and request all Vrindavan Royal people to switch on their videos and get ready for answering. Yes, Vrindavan Royals, what do you think? Target is easy? Priya Singh Mataji, what do you see?
Prabhuji, we will try our best. That's it I can say.
What does the vice captain has to say? विशाल जी, आपको क्या कहना है?
प्रभु जी, सेकंड क्वेश्चन जब आपने पूछा तो आंसर 0 आता था और उसके बाद में 2 क्वेश्चन के आंसर फुल आते थे। अब ये 6 में क्या होगा मालूम नहीं।
अक्सर इट्स ऑलवेज सेड, यू नो, नदी का उस तट हमेशा हरा नजर आता है, द अदर साइड ऑफ द रिवर ऑलवेज लुक ग्रीन।
आप जब बोल रहे थे ना सेकंड क्वेश्चन के लिए कि आंसर दो, और बाद में जब आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा और मेरे को फुल आंसर आता था तो मेरी बहुत इच्छा हो रही थी कि मैं बीच में बोल दूं।
नहीं, आपको पूरा मौका मिल रहा है बोलने के लिए।
अब आना चाहिए ना।
अब सामने वाला टीम बोलेगा हमको बोलने को इच्छा हो रही है। So anyhow, but it was, second question was very important point of knowledge, very important piece of knowledge, because Sahajias are, if you go to Vrindavan, it's very common to meet Sahajias, and it's very dangerous when you come in contact with the Sahajias and get carried away by the Sahajias. It is very dangerous.
It is very important to understand, to know this fact.
Yes, I hope Priya Mittal Mataji, Samir Prabhu, all are ready with their bucket of answer.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Samir Prabhu, आज आपसे कुछ जवाब का एक्सपेक्टेशन है, लास्ट मैच है तो ये टाइम आपसे कुछ उम्मीद रख रहे हैं हम लोग। Okay, with this note we'll start for Vrindavan Royals. So the first question for today evening for Vrindavan Royals, and the question is the most simplest question ever possible in this world. Why did Krishna build Dwarka in the sea? Why did Krishna build Dwarka in the sea? Your time starts now.
नम्रता माता जी, समीर प्रभु जी।
प्रभु जी, मैं जवाब देना चाहूंगा। जरासंध से बार बार जो आक्रमण करता था जरासंध, उससे बचने के लिए और उनके वृंदावन वासियों को सुरक्षित रखने के लिए उन्होंने पानी में बना।
आप वृंदावन रॉयल से, मगर वृंदावन वासियों को नहीं सुरक्षित रखना था उनको।
नहीं
yeah, tell you, बोलिए, I can, don't worry, I'm giving you points, don't worry, बोलिए।
तो यानी उनको सुरक्षित रखने के लिए और जरासंध के आक्रमण से बचाने के लिए उन्होंने पानी में बनाई थी।
और उसकी खासियत क्या थी? द्वारका की खासियत क्या थी? बोलिए। माँ पॉइंट्स दो, आपने पॉइंट्स के लिए मार्क्स तो देने वाला हूँ, बट मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कितने आपकी अध्ययन कितना किया।
जी अनम्यूट करिए, आप कुछ बोल रहे हैं ना, अनम्यूट करिए।
Wait, let Samir only speak. Relax. Don't worry, I'll give time, don't worry. Yes, Samir Prabhu, कैसा था वो समुद्र में बनाया तो कैसा, मतलब हर कोई आने जाने के लिए रखा था, कैसा था?
नहीं, यानी उसमें कैसा था प्रभु जी, यानी हर कोई आ जा सकता तो था, लेकिन पूरा डिटेल में।
सो इसका मतलब क्या है? पढ़ाई आप कर रहे हो मगर पढ़ाई डिटेल में नहीं कर रहे हो
थोड़ा। हाँ, यानी
ऊपरी पढ़ाई, ऊपरी ज्ञान खतरनाक होता है।
हाँ प्रभु जी, यानी सच
we have to always try to read scrutinizingly and more specifically so that you get it. Okay, anyhow, the question is locked. Anyone wants to answer can answer, add on, not a problem.
Yes Prabhuji, I would like to answer.
Yes, boliye Mataji. Your turn will not be considered also, don't worry. Yeah.
Lord Krishna decided to construct a formidable fort wherein no two-legged animal, either a man or a demon, could enter. And he decided to shift his relatives in that fort so that he could fight with the enemy freely.
So Mother, you by heart the whole book or what? The whole chapter? Or what? Well answered. Full 2 points goes to.
मैं ऐड करना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे, because he wanted to fight on both the sides. One side he Kalavani demon, and the other side was
very good, very nice, very good. Full 4 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Yes, what was mentioned was all correct. Of course, what Samir Prabhu said in the starting was very much true. Yes, two formidable enemies were there, Jarasandha and Kalyavan, and both were to attack. Already Kalyavan had attacked and Jarasandha was going to attack. That time he consulted with Baldeva and he said how much that Yadu dynasty was in distress, being threatened by attack of two formidable enemies, Jarasandha and Kalyavan. Kalyavan had already besieged the Mathura from all sides, and it was expected that the day after next, Jarasandha would come and attack with this army. If both Krishna and Balram were engaged in fighting with Kalyavan at one place, Jarasandha might come and attack from the other side, and the whole Yadu family and take his revenge. So Krishna therefore decided to construct a formidable fort where no two-legged animal or either a man or a demon could enter. He decided to keep his relatives there so that they would be free from fighting, and he was free to fight with the enemies, and they could keep his relatives safe. So it was created overnight. Dwarka ko rato rat banaya gaya tha Vishwakarma se. Vishwakarma was a person who helped Krishna to complete, who was ordered by Krishna, and Vishwakarma completed the construction. And the description is very beautiful of Vrindavan, how beautiful it was made with valuable things, and it's really a pleasure, a delight to read that chapter. But more important is, yes, Krishna was knowing that he is not going to kill Jarasandha. जरासंध को जिंदा रखना चाहते थे और बार बार वो लोगों को लाके उनको लाशों को लेके आता और उनको खत्म करने वाला था. That is the reason he had decided that he is not going to kill Jarasandha. So, and he knew Jarasandha जब तक जिंदा है तब तक अटैक करते रहेगा. So he wanted to make sure that once and for all he wanted to finish off this matter. So he built a fort in the sea where his relatives could be safe, and then he could handle them at his free time. Okay, full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. And the next question to Vrindavan Royals is, what was the prayer of the inhabitants of Vrindavan to Uddhava when he was leaving from Vrindavan, which is the super excellent type of self-realization? This prayer is considered to be a super excellent type of self-realization. What was the prayer?
Anybody would like to answer? Prabhuji, I'll go for the answer.
Okay.
When Uddhava was leaving from Vrindavan to Mathura, so that time all the Brajvasis were praying to Uddhava that we should always be in the thoughts of Krishna. हमारा मन निरंतर कृष्णा में लगे रहे, हम सदा ही कृष्ण को प्रणाम करते रहे, हम मतलब मन से and bodily we should always be engaged in Krishna only.
Full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Yes, answer was correct. Relax, Captain. All of them desired a benediction from Uddhava. They desired to always remember the glorious activities of Krishna and wanted the mind to be always fixed on the lotus feet, their words to be always engaged in glorifying him, and their bodies to be always engaged in bowing down as they constantly remembered Krishna. So this is what the benediction we should ask. We are also busy asking, thoda dhan de de, thoda ghar de de, gaadi de de, bangla de de, अच्छी बीवी दे दे, अच्छा बच्चा दे दे, and all that stuff, worldly things we keep on asking. But actually, what are we supposed to ask? We are supposed to ask that we can engage all our senses, our mind, our words, and our body in the service of the Lord, and always that we could always contemplate on the Lord. That is the desire which we should all ask for. So well answered, Vrindavan Royals. So full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. So second question is also answered fully. My God, the other team is getting tensed up now. Okay, let's go to the third question for today evening for Vrindavan Royals. And the question is, How did Krishna and Balram set an example so that everyone would receive knowledge from the right source? Explained with analogy. How did Krishna and Balram set up an example to explain everyone how to receive the knowledge in the right source? Explained with analogy. And your time starts now.
I would like to answer.
Yes.
वैदिक संस्कृति के अनुसार हर किसी को एक गुरु का होना बहुत जरूरी है। बिना गुरु के कोई भी जो मंत्र या दीक्षा नहीं लेता तो उसे सुसंस्कृत व्यक्ति नहीं कहा जाता है। तो ऐसे ही कृष्ण और बलराम वो तो शिक्षा और ज्ञान के स्वामी थे, परंतु उन्होंने ये अपने एक जन साधारण को मार्गदर्शन के लिए ये मिसाल कायम की कि उनको भी एक स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर होना चाहिए, इसलिए उन्होंने स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर की शरण में जाके वो लिया। जैसे नदी का स्रोत सागर है और नदी जब नदी सागर से मतलब नदी के जल जो है सागर से मिलता है और उसके बाद से वापस सागर से इवेपोरेट होके वो बादल में परिवर्तित हो जाता है और वहां से क्लाउड बनके जब बारिश होती है तो वापस नदी का जल धरती पे आ जाता है, और जब नदी का जल धरती पे आता है तो अगेन वो नदी का जल सागर की ओर जाता है। सो दिस इज द साइकिल जस्ट वी फॉलो। सो सेम वे ऐसे ही गुरु के साथ में भगवान को और गुरु को बराबरी का दर्जा दिया हुआ है और उन्हीं के थ्रू हम लोग ज्ञान प्राप्त करते हैं। तो ऐसे ही भगवान ने
Okay, full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals, but I would like someone to add on more regarding the analogy. Let me see what is understanding more clear. आपने जो बोला है वो किताबी आंसर है, करेक्ट है, 100% सही है, there is no doubt about it. But understanding, I want it a little more clear. Anybody can add on?
प्रभु जी, can I add?
Yes, yes, you can also.
I can means अगर हम जैसे अभी हम लोग हैं, अगर हम मैं एक बहुत जनरल भाषा में बोलना चाहती हूँ, जैसे अगर हम भगवत गीता खोलते हैं तो हमें भगवत गीता समझ में नहीं आती। When we started learning from you, एक एक श्लोक हमारा, एक एक चैप्टर हमारा, एक श्लोक आप एक दिन या 2 टर्न लेते थे और उसको आप हमें बहुत अच्छे से समझाते थे, और अगर हम जब खुद खोल के पढ़ने बैठते थे तो बड़ा बोरिंग लगता था और वो ऊपर से बाउंसर हो जाता था, उसके हर वर्ड का मीनिंग समझ में नहीं आता था। तो when we started learning from you, so you explained us properly word by word. So without you that knowledge is imperfect.
Yeah, going one step ahead to understand this. Yes, Priya Singh Mataji, बोलिए, आप ऐड करना चाहते हैं।
Prabhu ji, whatever Mataji said, I would like to just add one point. I don't know if it is right or wrong. It's like जो हमने गुरु से प्राप्त किया है, then we should जब हम दीक्षा ले लेंगे, then we have to pass on the same knowledge to the next generation, something like.
That's not the understanding.
Can I add? I think so.
Don't worry, no one is missing his chance.
Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita, but he has spoken probably so many years, or we can say that long back. By the disciplic succession, only an authorized guru can explain the Bhagavad Gita. Is that
the real great understanding was, why did Krishna make a guru when he himself is the origin of knowledge? Let's get this point very clear. The ocean is the source of water in a river. The ocean is the source of water in a river. So अगर हमको पानी चाहिए तो उसके लिए नदी का भरोसा नहीं है, भरोसा तो समुद्र से या सागर से। वहां से जब पानी आता है, इवेपोरेट होता है, वहां से बादलों पे जाता है, बादलों से नदी में गिरता है और नदी से हमको पानी का स्रोत मिलता है। The cloud is created by the evaporation of the ocean water, and the same water is distributed as rain all over the surface of the earth and then returns to the ocean in the river. So Krishna is considered here as the ocean, the source of water, or the way in which the water is distributed either by the rain or by the river, is considered as the spiritual master. We know the water is source is the river, sea. Can you go to the sea and collect the water? You have to collect the water from the river. So actual knowledge is given by God, and it is delivered by postman like us. We got big Acharya, the best postmaster, and that is Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada writes, I am just delivering this message written by Krishna to you all. So is this point clear to all of you all?
Yes, Prabhuji.
This understanding is very important, that ocean is the actual source of water, but you can't take the water from the ocean directly. You need a media by which the water is evaporated, goes to the cloud, then it falls in the rain, then from the river you collect the water. Similarly, the knowledge is got by the Guru. But what is Krishna trying to say? I am the source of knowledge, but even if I want, I have to take it from a bona fide Guru. That is what his understanding is. Okay, full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals for this question. Third question. So 2 more questions. नहीं, 3 more questions. अरे एक तो कुछ तो डक करो, सामने वाली टीम को टेंशन आ रही है. Okay, so we go to the next question. Vrindavan Royals. And the question is, Krishna is called Achyuta, meaning he who never falls down. Explain that. Krishna is called as Achyuta, meaning he who never falls down. Explain it. And your time starts now.
Anybody? Prabhuji, I would like to go for the answer here.
Okay.
Achyuta, like you told that its meaning is that one who never falls. Krishna is the source of everyone. All the jivas are the part and parcel of the Lord. So we fall under the material nature and we may fall down. But Krishna is always in Shuddha Sattva and he is never covered by the material activities.
Very good. Go ahead.
Prabhuji, here example of a fire is given, that from like a fire is always burning, but the sparks that come out of the fire have the tendency to मतलब बुझ जाने का उसका feature होता है, and like that the jivas are Prabhuji,
Speak. You're speaking correctly. Your answer is correct. Go ahead.
Okay, so जीव का एक नेचर होता है कि that come under भौतिक गुण के अंडर आके and हम अपना वास्तविक जो रूप है या वास्तविक जो पहचान है, आइडेंटिटी है, उसको हम भूल जाते हैं.
Okay, full points goes to Vrindavan Royals for this question. Answer is correct, but just adding up to the understanding. Hope that the understanding is also correct, but just adding up to the understanding. Krishna's knowledge of his spiritual identity is never overcome by material action. Yes, as rightly said, Krishna is above the 3 modes of nature, and Krishna can never be covered. What is he called as? Sat Chit Anand. He is completely Sat, eternal, Chit, full of knowledge, and Anand, full of bliss. But all living entities are a spark, small spark of the Supreme Lord. That means what? Even we as small souls are also Sat Chit Anand. But na हमारे अंदर आनंद है, ना चित्त है. हाँ, सत है, but bodies change करते रहते हैं. We change our bodies because though we are eternal, the soul is eternal, the body is temporary. But the problem is knowledge is also covered and our bliss is also not there. The reason is we are so minute, like the example given, the spark coming out from the burning fire. That spark is so small. It has got all the qualities of fire when it, there's, especially when a wood is burning and it just, cracks and some sparks come out. So they are also equally burning. If it falls on your dress, it will burn it create a hole on your dress. But within a few seconds, that fire goes off and just becomes ash. So what is the problem? The problem is the minute is disconnected from the fire, it loses its heat. Thoda der hi rehta hai, just for some time, and then it comes down. So we have to understand that Lord is Achyuta. He can never fall down, because he can never come under the 3 modes of nature. उनका तेज कभी बुझ नहीं सकता है, but हमारा तेज भी कभी बुझेगा नहीं, but आवृत हो सकता है. It can get covered because of the 3 modes of nature. That's all we have to understand. And then the example has given us the fire and the spark. We are the small spark Mame vansh jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. Lord clearly says, you are my ansha, small anshas. So I am Sanatan, but mere ansha hai, aap bhi Sanatan ho, but you come under the spell because you're too inconspicuous or too minute. That is the reason. Okay, full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals for this question. And yes.
Priya Mataji, 2 chances over.
Over. So now the captain can now be a nice spectator and watch the match. And the fourth question, the fifth question for today evening. And the fifth question is, when Krishna entered the wrestling arena with Balram, why did he appear different to different people? How did he appear to the cowherd men and to the impious Kshatriya kings? When Krishna entered the wrestling area with Balram, why did he appear different to different people? How did he appear to the cowherd men and to the impious Kshatriya kings? Time starts now.
Prabhuji, I would answer.
Yes.
When Krishna entered the wedding arena with Balram and their friends, he appeared differently to different people according to their relationships, which is called rasas, with him. Because Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure and all kinds of rasas, both which are unfavorable and favorable as well. You asked about the cowherd men and the empire Kshatriyas, right? Yeah. He appeared to the empire Kshatriyas as their chastiser, and the strongest ruler, and to the cowherd men, he appeared as their own kinsman.
Anything else to add?
Yeah, one thing.
To the cowherd men, what did he use? Your kingsman tak right hai. Aage kuch hai, kuch one more hai.
Like their own, like one of their own.
Same village people. Same village people. Okay, full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Well answered, Arnav. Captain is now relaxed. At least we can't lose. Yes, he appeared differently for different people according to the different relationships, the various rasas with him. See, we can connect with Krishna with one of the 12 rasas. Shantiras, Dasiras, Sakiras, all the various 12 rasas, Bhayaras and Bibhatsaras, Vatsalyaras, and so many 12 rasas, total are 12 rasas. So only with the rasas we can get connected with the Lord. But what was the problem with the Kshatriyas, the empire Kshatriyas? They were seeing him as a strong ruler and their chastiser. Humko rulane wala hai. They could see that. Whereas the cowherd men, the same person, but seen from the angle of two different people. The cowherd men could see him as his kinsman, apna satidar hai, apna jodidar hai, apna villager hai, our friend, and he is going to be acting with us. So well answered, Vrindavan Royals. So full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals, and I think you are also standing at 10 points. Rajesh Flora, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So now either
they cannot
lose. They cannot lose it. So it's going to be a tie or a loss. I mean, or a victory.
tie का collection बहुत हो गया.
वो तो प्रभुजी आपको experience ज़्यादा है इसमें. So the last question for today evening, the last question for the heats, for the entire heat round, which we have started from 15th of June. 15th of May we started. From there till today we have been playing the heats, and the last question of the heats is on the screen, and it is: what action of Vasudeva and Devaki proved that they were always conscious of Krishna's position? What action of Vasudeva and Devaki proves that they were always conscious of Krishna's position? The time starts now.
I will answer.
Bolo.
So in the when after the killing of Kamsa and all of the wrestlers, and so after that, when Krishna and Balrama came, they offered their obeisances and prayers, but Devaki and Devaki and Vasudev did not embrace him because they were conscious of his position, and like because they were sure that he was the supreme personality of Godhead.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, and because like Kamsa and Devaki, Kamsa, though like the demons they also, why like they saw that Krishna killed so many wrestlers and Kamsa, so that's why they were conscious of his position also.
Then that is by what action of theirs does it prove that they were conscious? What did they do?
So Vasudev just stood silently to hear the Supreme Person, to hear Krishna.
They did not embrace him also. You ate away one part of the answer. They just stood silently, but they did not embrace him also. Yes, Mataji, you want to add something?
यस प्रभु जी, वो दो वसुदेव और देव की दोनों के दोनों हाथ जोड़ के उनकी स्तुति करने लग गए थे। तब कृष्ण भगवान ने अपनी योग माया के विस्तार से कि वो मेरे साथ पुत्रवत व्यवहार करें, और उन्होंने उनको उस माया के योग माया के व्यवहार से उन्होंने विस्तार किया।
Good. So full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Vrindavan Royals gets full 2 points for this last question. The understanding has to be very clear. Krishna and Balram, after releasing them from jail, felt at the parents' feet. Krishna and Balram fell at the parents and offered them prayers. Vasudeva and Devaki had suffered so much of trouble from Kamsa because of Krishna being their son. Devaki and Vasudeva were fully conscious of Krishna's exalted position as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, although Krishna touched their feet and offered them obeisances and prayers, they did not embrace him, but simply stood to hear the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They did not embrace him, neither did they bless him, nothing. They were just stunned. They were just watching, and they were hearing Krishna speaking, the Supreme Personality of Godhead speaking. Well played, Vrindavan Royals, full 2 points. Yes, officially from the scorer's mouth. Let us hear the final scores.
12 out of 12, and Gauranga Sunrisers scored 10 out of 12.
So the winner of today's match is Vrindavan Royals. So one more victory in their pocket. So now let's hope all of us meet in the semi-finals and let the semi-finals be more spicy and peppy, so that we can have another nice, better match. Of course, the rules for the semi-finals will be a little different, and all that will be announced to the captains and the vice captains at 9 o'clock. So till then, thank you very much, and please watch out for our Facebook and Instagram, as well as on our website. We'll be putting the schedule for the semi-finals and the finals, which will be next week. The semi-finals will be there next week, and the finals will be there the week after that. So please watch out for this for our schedule, which will be posted in due course of time. Till then, those who are joined late can visit our website www.vedicbliss.com, vedicbliss.in, and see our various activities which are being performed over there. And if anyone is interested, can join our group through our website. Thanking you, taking your leave. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.